Alright, what's up guys? I'm gonna bring you, as I get into this first gunfight here, I'm gonna bring you a kind of a tips, like what I've learned from playing PvP pretty much solo. A lot of people play this with squads, and usually, especially in Destiny 1, my squad wasn't on a lot. They were on, you know, the beginning of Destiny 1 obviously, but the later on it went, the less people fell off, or the more people fell off and the less people I had to play with. So this is basically a guide to how I play solo. I think I ran right past me. Oh, because he has a tractor cannon, cool. First, like my first biggest tip, I guess. Now, I'm no professional, don't get me wrong, there are a lot of better PvP players out there. True Vanguard has a hell of a lot of good tips if you want to go watch him. And that guy is amazing at playing PvP. But for starters, sensitivity is a big thing. I have mine at 3, which is basically the start. In Destiny 1, I played with like 8 or 10. Because I was that Call of Duty player that didn't know what he was doing. I had played Borderlands and stuff like that, but as far as like PvP goes, I always had max sensitivity because I wanted to be able to turn on people when I needed to and stuff like that. But for this, you don't need that. 3 is plenty. Sorry, I'm trying to not die as much as I usually do because I'm usually pretty bad at this game, but 3 is plenty. 3 is good for sniping. If you want a shotgun, I'd suggest maybe a 5 or a 6 sensitivity, but you're not using your heavy as much as you think in this game unless you're just hoarding it, I guess, which people do that. Another thing, the biggest tip, like these are all kind of basic, but they're definitely necessary to learn. Strafing. You know, if you just strafe to the right or straight to the left, that throws them off a little bit. But if you zigzag back and forth while you're shooting them and you have the accuracy and you know how to aim, that throws them off a good amount. Let's see if I can get more kills with this super. I'm trying to work for my... Nope, I didn't get a lot of kills with that. I'm trying to work towards my... my blue gear for Solstice on this character, so but definitely strafing, learning to strafe. Movement is a big thing in this game for staying alive. Along with movement is another one, like using your head space for this. A lot of people don't use their vertical space, they just try to strafe back and forth. If you can get that accuracy in while you're mid-air, that's a game changer. A lot of people don't register with that well. I did not know he had a shotgun. They don't comprehend, you know, flight patterns and stuff like that in this game. Definitely throws them through a loop. Let's try to capture this flag before they get it. Nope, they're gonna take that. But that's definitely a good one. And you don't have to always use the meta weapons and stuff like that. I know people use meta weapons all the time. Knew that was coming. I'm using Vigilance Wing because I'm bad, but it's definitely, I would say don't use meta weapons, use comfortable weapons that you're good with. Right now the meta is kind of Vigilance Wing, Graviton Lance, stuff like that, or SMGs. SMGs still shred, but Graviton Lance is, I would say, more powerful than the Vigilance Wing, but I am not good with that weapon. I don't feel comfortable using that weapon. As far as that goes, with now Vigilance Wing I can use. I've used this, I think this was like my 3rd exotic I got, and I've used it in PvP like since I started Destiny 2. So definitely use something you're comfortable with. I've seen a lot of people, oh Jesus, my health. I've seen a lot of people use SMGs like the, I don't know if this is the right word for it, Antidote D, Anti-Up D or something like that is what it's called. I used to use that actually, but just find something you're good with. As far as character goes, that's a big one as well. Hunters don't really have... Hunters feel stronger in the Crucible. Not that they are, they're all pretty balanced, but Hunters feel the strongest in Crucible. And then Warlocks and Titans are pretty much... Warlocks and Titans are pretty close as far as that goes. This guy was hoarding heavy ammo. Graviton Lance, see? He probably two-bursted me. Gotta get those headshots, though. There's a lot of other tips I can give you. You know, gear doesn't really matter as much in PvP. It definitely, like, some things will give you an upper hand, but...
1 minute remains.
See if I can get any kills with this. Oh, I got suppressed. And then tractor canned. As far as gear goes, I usually don't run this, but I'll usually run Vigilance Wing and a sidearm or a pulse rifle, auto rifle. My second really doesn't matter as much to me. And I'm running a shotgun now. I typically run shotguns. I've ran snipers and I need to practice with them. I'm not as good as I used to be in D1. They feel very clunky to me, I guess. They don't sway as good as I want them to, is what I'm trying to say. But definitely as far as that goes, you're not going to be using as much as you think you will, but try to mix it up and see, you know, how good you're doing with another weapon, and then find your meta, I guess I should say, or find your setup that you would use. There's a lot of tips like I can give you, but for the most part, that's a solid start to them. Cooldown reduction items also very good. Stompy Ease. I usually run Titan, so if you're seeing me on my Hunter, it's very rare, but Stompy E5s, very, very good for speed. They're kind of like the Bones of Veo. Very good. Lucky Raspberry, not a bad piece. Young Amakara Spine, pretty good. There's a lot of good stuff you can use. If you want to see people through walls, even actually they're having a new subclass for Shadow Stalker, I think, where you can see people through walls. Hunter is getting a pretty big, solid buff for this new update that's coming out. Titans, pretty big buff. Warlocks, I'm excited for Nova Bomb for Warlock. That's gonna be a nice upgrade. But all right, so I left out a couple things when I was doing editing that I wanted to add in here because I forgot to add in. When you're playing solo, there's a lot of things that you won't do as if you're playing with a team. Like if you're team oriented, that poor guy got murdered. If you're team oriented, you will obviously be with your team for the most of this. You try not to spread away. Oh, I can't believe I got away from that. Try not to spread away from them too much because they are your pretty much help. They'll get the kill if you can't, obviously. So it's usually the way to go. But trying to engage on one-on-one fights like I'm doing right now is what you should be doing. That guy got trapped as well. You shouldn't be trying to go into 1v3s. I know that's like common sense, but there's two people right here in front of me. I'm gonna try... Okay. I was trying to pick off the guy on the right before I picked off the guy on the left because fighting 2v1s is an easy way to lose. Let's see if I can get this power ammo. I'll let my teammate get it. I haven't used the Huckleberry in PvP, so it's a little strange to me. Good gun though. That guy just freaking teleported. But you definitely want to try getting on 1v1s instead. It's not fun fighting 2v3s or 2v2s for any situation. And I feel like there's one other tip I had. Another tip is to always use your ability, as in like Warlock has the healing or empowering rift, or Titan has a shield, which I didn't use right there, but shield always protects you. Like if you have 2 doorways and you can put a shield in one, they have to walk through it or they go around to your doorway that you're looking at. It's very helpful. The hunter has a ability for reloading your weapon. Let's see if I get this guy. To reload your weapon if you hit his ability. Very helpful as well. So just try to take advantage of that as much as you can, obviously. It's definitely the way to go. Using supers, you know, sometimes, in most situations, it's better to have a roaming super, like a golden gun or a smash or hammer, or storm trance is probably the best for Warlock. But those are some of my tips I have for you. Like I said, I was making the video and then I came back to edit this in because I wasn't happy with all the tips because I knew I had more. Thank you for watching. I appreciate watching, appreciate being here. If you like these videos, you know, thumbs up the video, let me know that you like these type of videos and I will definitely make more. Like I said, I do want to cover Destiny 2 as much as I can. I love this game. I've played a lot. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching.